Let's get back to metals. Vancouver-based Ivanhoe Mines is a big producer in Africa. The company beat fourth quarter earnings estimates, but it did miss on revenue slightly. That was last week. Let's get more, though, on the company's future plans. Joining us from the BMO Global Metals Mining and Critical Minerals Conference in Florida, Marna Cloete, President and CEO of Ivanhoe Mines. It's great to see you again, Marna. Thank you very much for joining us.
Hi, Andy, and thanks for having me.
I think we got a board showing your biggest assets at Ivanhoe Mines. And of course, your crown jewel is Kamoa-Kakula in the Democratic Republic. And then you've got Platreef, which you say could be one of the world's biggest gold mines or one of the biggest gold development projects.
Precious metals, yes. Precious metals, yeah.
Oh, what was that again, Marna?
It's precious metals, so it's platinum, palladium, rhodium, gold, and nickel and copper at Platreef.
Okay, not just gold. Thank you very much. And then you've got Western Forelands and then Kipushi. Start off with Kamoa-Kakula, though, would you? You did have problems with flooding, and that has halted underground production for now?
So we're currently producing, Andy, and our estimates for this year is that we will produce between 380 and 420,000 tons of copper. We are basically in a turnaround year. We're doing a lot of new access development in order to feed our mills, to bring us back into production of between 500 and 550,000 tons of copper from next year onwards. So really a turnaround year for us. The dewatering has gone very well. We're busy with the last piece of dewatering at Kakula East, and that should be done within the next 2 months.
Then tell us about Platreef and the scale of that mine, please, and where you are. Are you at full production yet on Platreef?
So we started the first phase. It was inaugurated towards the end of last year. We're currently producing on an annualized basis about 100,000 ounces of PGMs plus gold. We're ramping up to phase 2, and that will be in production by the end of next year, when we will be producing 450,000 ounces of precious metals plus gold. So it's going to be a significant player in the platinum palladium market in the near future.
And you say this is a world-scale precious metals development project?
It can be the single largest platinum mine in the world at full production.
Oh, platinum mine. Oh, that's interesting. How much of the world's production would you say you'll account for, roughly, percent-wise?
Oh, rough, probably 10%.
Well, that's pretty big, just one mine. Tell us about Kipushi. Where is that, and what do you hope to do there?
So Kipushi is also in the DRC. It's an old brownfields mine that we brought into production. It had its first full year of production last year, and our plans for this year is to produce between 240,000 and 290,000 tons of zinc. Very low cash margin, so a neat little project, but the smallest in our portfolio.
Right, a gem and zinc. Will that make you a serious player among global zinc mines?
Yes, it does. It's one of the largest zinc producers in the world.
And tell us, just remind us, what is Western Forelands, please?
So Western Forelands is adjacent to Kamoa-Kakula. We've already made one discovery there that's containing about 10 million tons of contained copper. We will probably start producing in the Western Forelands within a 3 to 5 year horizon. So it's really a new copper district that we are developing outside of our existing joint venture on Kamoa-Kakula. And then obviously much more greenfield exploration outside of the initial discovery, which is called Makoko.
Let's maybe put up a 10-year chart for your stock, because working off Canaccord estimates here, as you build out your assets, you've been in negative cash flow since at least per share, since at least 2021. But Canaccord has you going into positive free cash flow per share and operating cash flow beginning operating next year, and then both of them in 2027, the company generating cash on a per share basis.
Yes, so Andy, we were really a construction company for most of the past 3 years, developing these world-class assets. And I think over the next 2 years, we're going to start generating significant cash flows and start returning meaningful dividends to our shareholders in the future, should we not grow the company further, which is what we plan to do.
And then DRC is the heart of the company. And tell us what's been going on there. I mean, it's been plagued by war for decades. Have conditions improved?
Yes, it has. If I compare last year's BMO to this year, a lot has happened in the DRC. There's been a peace accord signed between Rwanda and the DRC, so stability creeping into that conflict zone in the east. It doesn't affect our operations. DRC is really at the center of the critical metal race. So we are very excited about the neighborhood we are mining in, and we are very well positioned to provide the world with the critical metals it will need in the future.
And overall, the nation produced about 14% of the world's copper last year?
Yes, the DRC was the second largest producer in the world last year. It's increased 400% over the past 10 years, their copper production. So I think that is telling in terms of the future of the DRC.
So it's chasing Chile for the world's biggest producer?
Yes, it is.
Just remind us, do you have any cobalt for your operations? I know you don't operate any primary mines, but does any of your geology give you cobalt?
No, it's only pure copper.
Pure copper. That's interesting. I'm sorry, do you get gold as any kind of a side product at Kamoa?
Also not, just copper.
That's interesting. Just the way the geology came out? Yeah.
Yes.
I'm sure you would welcome any extra gold production you had these days.
We would have welcomed gold. I just looked at the commodity prices you were putting up in your show earlier, and gold is really performing magnificently.
It's amazing. When you have a beer or a coffee with your gold mining colleagues, can they wipe the smile off their faces?
Yes. But copper's going places. We are very bullish on copper.
Marna, thank you very much indeed. Marna Cloete is
you, Andy.
the CEO of Ivanhoe Mines.